Hi, I'm Tom Zompakos, and this week on the Story Every Thursday podcast, I'm going to read a piece I wrote titled A Grave. And as the title suggests, it is kind of a spooky and weird one, so here we go. A grave. Death, baby, death. That's what's on my mind here in the unmanly station of second seat on a moped, hurtling down a rolling Colombian highway somewhere in Medellin. But beyond the mild indignity of seating is the discomforting presence of 12 chain link fence posts sitting in the truck bed in front of us, unsecured, not strapped down, not tied down in any way. The posts in the truck bed are a mere arm's reach away, and Colombian roads are much narrower than the I-95, and we are all moving very fast. The hollow ends of the fence posts are dark as gun barrels, and they seem capable of lance-like flight, given a sudden stop. So I hope nobody slams on the brakes somewhere in this crowded line of downhill traffic, because this helmet with its scratchy sun visor really wouldn't be enough in a situation like that. Cars and trucks merge on and off the highway with all the order of popcorn kernels on a red burner rocketing upward to burst and bloom. Now the mountains are a joy to see and delightful to hike, and no doubt they're a thrill to motorbike through. But when you're in second seat, you have no control over your fate, and it's more an act of surrender than skill, going around each steep tilt and turn. Well, why am I here? A friend promised a monumental and world-famous piece of Colombian history, something he said I would never forget seeing. He did not tell me exactly what it was or where we were going, but who could say no to a mystery, a surprise? So off we go. Off we went. We finally shoot off an exit and roll onto quieter streets with small neighborhoods on either side of the road. And then, surprisingly, we pull into the parking lot of a church and park there. Where are we going? Confession? Last rites? We walk around to the back of the church to a cemetery. My friend says, now you will come face to face with a man who shaped this nation. And we walk over well kept grass, then we walk over a border of black marble with white patterning, then a bed of white polished stones, until we come to a black headstone with cursive gold lettering. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria, it reads. Well, 6 feet below us, the bones of a man who drowned Colombia in blood. The wealthiest criminal in history. At least so I've been told, if that factoid is correct. And yes, here I am, an American, whose mental image of Pablo Escobar is admittedly the guy who plays him in that Netflix show Narcos more often than any historical photo of him, but that's just how it is sometimes. It's not something I know much about, except a few sort of historical bullet points. Although it soon becomes clear that our fellow visitor to the grave, somebody who did not ride with us or travel with us, is going through something much more personal and profound during his time here. This other visitor is a bald, heavyish guy wearing an old collared nightclubbing shirt, jeans, and black dress shoes, and he bounces on the balls of his feet like a boxer, and he whips his hands as if he's trying to shake water off of them. He speaks to us abruptly, his story bursting out of him like soda out of a shaken bottle. I'm Escobar's blood, he claims. I'm his nephew. My friend and I nod and give him a little space with his dead relative. But my friend leans in and mutters to me, yo, brother, this guy is trash. Every bastard in Colombia calls himself the son of Escobar. Well, maybe the other visitor is Pablo Escobar's nephew. Maybe he's not. But as he paces and prowls around the white stones surrounding the grave, He's surely hunting for a haunting. This so called nephew's behavior becomes stranger. He wiggles his fingers. He makes gathering in gestures with his arms. He closes his eyes. He inhales deeply, searching for some sort of dark, energetic charge up. And it's the kind of behavior that makes sense as long as you don't try to explain exactly what he's trying to do. But soon I learn he's not the only person who visits this particular site with this particular intent. Consider the same place by night, the same church, same graveyard, bright moonlight shining on those white pebbles, and black marble border. And around midnight, a gathering begins. A chain link fence rattles. People in hoodies clamber over it. There's a low murmur of hoarse voices. Acolytes assemble for a street seance. My friend and I hang back, away from the grave. We are both uneasy, but curious as to what is about to happen. And the guys in hoodies creep up to Pablo's grave. They unzip their backpacks. They pull out tubular objects. A flick of a lighter, and orange firelight shows these objects to be Virgin Mary and Lazarus candles, and others to be 40 malts and bottles of beer. Someone sticks an incense stick into a sandalwood board with a curled end. They touch a lighter to the end of the incense stick, then light a blunt to inhale and pass around their circle. Soon, silly with liquor and screwy with weed, they sit in dark communion with this drug dealer's bones. And perhaps with enough chemical distortion, maybe they can believe that Escobar's ectoplasm will ooze between the pebbles, that he'll give one of them a Mercedes and the other a speedboat, and everyone will live in penthouses. There'll be cash and parties all around. Escobar will be our father, and he will once more be El Patron, they mutter to themselves. And you wonder what they're thinking. Maybe they think we have nothing and he had everything, and for that magic trick we will ignore everything he did wrong, the worst evils. And he may be a hero to the people gathered in the graveyard after dark, but if you ask most Colombians, under these polished white stones are the white coals of hell. Despite the candles and blunts, it doesn't look like any ghosts will appear tonight, but what does manifest is sidelong looks and a cold, weighty sense that my friend and I do not belong here. So quietly, we leave. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. A strange thing to witness. Glad I caught it in writing. Odd thing that I really probably never would have known happened um, had I not seen it. And strange kind of feeling, to be sure. Makes you wonder about all kinds of things. I've never had any ghostly experiences in my life, but a lot of people have. And this one got pretty close. This one got pretty close. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about it. Not much else to report. So I think I'll keep this episode pretty brief. But as always, you can check out the links in the description for ways to support the show. If you don't want to subscribe to Patreon, you can always take the link and send it to a friend who likes podcasts, who likes writing, travel stories, and things like that. And that's a free way to support the show that does help. So, again, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Bye.